Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a review of the latest releases from Hugo Boss in their Hugo Boss The Scent range. It is their new The Scent Magnetic for men and women, for her and for him. So I'm going to be letting you know what these smell like and how they compare to the original versions. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. We're all about perfumes. I have hundreds of videos just like this. I'll leave links down below to my reviews of previous versions of Hugo Boss The Scent, and I also have an article that goes through all the different versions of The Scent for her. It's a really interesting range, so I'll leave that link down below, and of course to where you can get these as well. I got these from the perfume shop. Thank you so much for sending them to me, the perfume shop. So I'll leave that link down below as well. Cool, so if we start with the women, so the original The Scent, which I actually have here in a sample, is a peachy fragrance that uses osmanthus, which is a flower that has like a peachy type smell. It's fruity, fresh, everyday. It's a really pretty scent. My personal favorite release from them up until now has been the scent Le Parfum, which has a real woodiness to it, which I find really addictive. It's like a creamy sandalwood, woody. It's just, I just find it a really addictive, and it's definitely one of the best for lasting. It's a parfum and it's much stronger than original The Scent. So I really recommend that if you like your woody fragrances that are a little bit sweet and like sandalwoody. Now this new one, the Scent Magnetic, comes in this purple bottle. We have purple packaging as well, so it really stands out from the rest of the range, which are all in like browny, creamy, yellowy colours. So when I first smelt this actually, which was at a perfume shop event, I really detected a like a berry note in here, and it might be because of the sort of berry coloured bottle, but at first I definitely get some kind of black currant type vibe, even though it's not listed as one of the notes. This then settles to reveal an ombre musk and that peachy osmanthus note. So it feels very much an ombre musk fragrance, kind of like God Is a Woman from Ariana Grande. It's like slightly sweet and creamy and like cloudy, flossy, but it's also warm and cozy. It's an interesting combination. It feels quite versatile. I wouldn't say it's particularly daytime or nighttime or a particular season. It feels like a more grown-up version of original The Scent as well, which wasn't quite as good for lasting the original The Scent, and those peach notes do kind of fade, whereas I found that this one does sort of linger around. You get this like feminine ombre musk surrounding you, though I have to say this doesn't feel particularly like girly. I think this could definitely be a unisex fragrance. If you like your ombre musk scents, then I think any gender could wear this. It's cozy. It's a little bit like a bit of a hug actually. It's definitely interesting, it's unique. I like that they're bringing out these quite unique scents. It seems to be in this Hugo Boss The Scent range, and they're not just sticking with different versions of the original. So I do like this. It's interesting, it lingers around, it's cozy, it's good for the everyday. It seems to come in a 30ml and a 50ml, which are £62 and around 80 something pounds. I don't think it comes bigger than a 50ml. This is actually a 30ml. But it's one of those fragrances where you don't need to spray it too much. It is an eau de parfum, and you really do get that ombre scent from just one spray. So it a little goes a long way. So I am enjoying this. It is Soki approved. So the men's version, the original Boss The Scent for him is a really refreshing gingery fragrance with some leather in. I definitely like it. I find the original Boss bottled, those scents sometimes can be a bit sporty and they're very, very common. A lot of people have them. So I tend to gravitate towards Boss the scent because they're just a little bit more sophisticated and different, but they still are good value. This new one though, the magnetic version, doesn't smell like the original. It doesn't have that ginger or the leather in. Instead, this has a kind of vanilla-iness to it. It's not super sweet, but it does feel a little bit like Paco Rabanne Million, but without the sweetness. There's a slight fruitiness in here, and I'm getting a bit of a sort of vetiver, woody scent. It lists bran as one of the fragrance notes. And I think that is maybe toning down the vanilla and taking away the sweetness. So it feels more like a vanilla pod or a vanilla tree. It still has that sort of manly signature Hugo Boss scent to it, but it's just like a little bit different. Perhaps something that you'd wear more in the evening rather than a sort of everyday scent. It's just a little bit more playful, interesting, unusual. And yeah, for me, this has evening date night type vibes. It came out around Valentine's Day, which feels really appropriate. So definitely an interesting one to add to your collection. Or perhaps, you know, if you wanted to be matching and get the his and hers ones with your partner, that would be cute. Cool, so yeah, so those are the two new ones from Hugo Boss. Let me know if you've tried them, what do you think of them, which is your favorite from the Hugo Boss The Scent range. Do let me know in the comments. I do read all your comments, and like I said, everything will be linked down below in the description box. But that's it for now, guys, so thanks so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.